That's a copyright strike. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Let's go for 2. I hate that song. No, actually, I don't hate it. I just don't really like it. Good day. I'm on my backup channel, putzing around. And me and my imagination, are waiting for the sun to come up. So if you want to know what Jersey looks like in the morning, that's where I come in handy. New Jersey. I don't even say it like that. I remember when I was living in Tennessee temporarily, I couldn't even open my mouth without them commenting on my accent. Oh, you from Jersey? Jersey? I'm like, I don't even say that. There's an R in it. Jersey. Like jerk. Jersey. Not Jersey and not Jersey. It's Jersey. Like, anyway, so I'm going to be talking to myself. I can see. If I was on my main channel, I'd probably at least have 5 people here by now to talk to. But nope. I'm going to talk to myself. And you're going to watch me do it. So, did I lock it? Yeah, I locked it. Alright, so, what is that thing? That's an airplane. Can you see it moving? It's an actual airplane, I believe. I do not think it's a drone, but I could be wrong. So, somebody asked me if I saw the drones in Jersey. Yeah. I saw Elon Musk's Starlink. Do you know what Elon Musk's Starlink is? Okay, Elon Musk's Starlink is a bunch of drones. If you've seen Elon Musk's Starlink with your own eyes, not on a video, not through somebody else's eyes, but if you saw Starlink with your own eyes, you would know it's all drones. So if Starlink is all drones, then it's no surprise we have drones up. I think a call for an uprising is correct. They're trying, this is a psyop to see how we react and what we do. Me, personally, I'm ignoring it because I've gotten in the habit of you find and cast away first, ask questions last. Cast away first, ask questions last. I got my keys. Yes, I am under extreme duress right now. And the only time I ever smoke a cigarette is when I'm under duress. I'm a vapor. Yes, I am. If it can fit in a vape, I'll vape it. No, that's not true. But did you know nicotine is a nutrient? Yep. Did you know our vegetables have tobacco in it? Yep. Oh. Maybe I'll go get on the sidewalk so I don't get hit by other cars in the parking lot. All right, just in case anything happens, I'm at the park 1 mile down, 1 mile away from my house. I'm not at the park across the street. I'm at the park literally 1 mile away from my house. So if something happens, now you know where I am. I don't think so. When I pulled in this morning, I was watching another lady hike around this park. I don't know why, out of 4 different parking lots, when the person pulls in, they park by my car. I hope that's not the stalker dude from last year. So, All right. The sun is obviously going to rise from there. That's the east. Over there is north. And that would be south. Wait. That would be west. Duh. And out that way would be PA. And then here we are, south. All right. So as you can see, the skies are really clear. Yes, I'm going to, hey, Hachi. What are you doing? Hot retarded. I love hot retarded chicks. So much better than hot retarded men. I only dated ugly retarded men. I never dated hot retarded men. I don't know anything about them. So I gotta say, yeah, I go out stargazing and moon gazing. Yeah, I see drones. I saw Elon Musk's Starlink. That's a bunch of drones. It says I have 0 subscribers. I hope you're still here. If not, look at me crying. It's cold. It is not nice. It's 32 degrees. Very cold. So don't look at me right now. We're going to watch Day Spring. Then I'm going to go home and run a proper video. So we should see the sun from here. Do you see off in the distance? My camera's not that good. Oh, here we go. I'm not moving my camera. My hand is completely still, but my camera is moving all around. Okay. I think those are just airplane. Ah, my hand's hang on a second. Okay. I'm trying to think. Which way should we walk? We'll walk this way. I don't want to put my back to the sun, because even a few minutes putting my back to the sun, I'm not going to be able to see the day spring. Anyway. There we go. Better. This is a nice park. Usually cops always hang out here in the parking lot. That's another reason why I love it so much. Black ice. You want to go ice skating? You want to see HTV go ice skating? Ooh, that is black ice. Wow. It's cold, guys. I'm going back to my car because it's so cold. We can watch the day spring together in my car. So, as far as those drones, I ignore them. Honestly, I think it's the government. I think the drone situation is a psyop. And anybody with common sense, no, I shouldn't say it like that. Anybody with half a brain, I shouldn't say it like that either. Everybody around where I live has the idea to shoot down the drones. So if those drones fly on the property of my friends, certain friends I have, they will shoot them down. I don't have many friends, but the friends I do have are more than happy to take action. Okay, we're going to watch day spring from the warmth of my car because I'm a frozen turnip. I'm a frozen turnip. I can't take it. Oh my gosh. Oh. You ever notice how, do you know that your lips and your butthole are connected by the same tube? And have you ever noticed the skin on your lips is like the same exact skin on your butthole? Yes, I have too much time to think. Yes, I do. I've got way too much time on my hands to think about things. Greta! Oh my gosh, I love you. How are you? Oh, it's so great to see you, Greta. You're one of my all-time favoriteest people. You are. Well, you know that. That's because you and I are on the same page. Oh, Greta, I'm glad to see you. Can I bring something up? Please don't be mad at me. I don't think you will. But remember about 2 years ago, you and I had a conversation about Celeste, a master's voice. At first, I thought the girl was a prophet. Remember we talked about that, and I told you I think she's a prophet. But I also told you that I was writing down, I was keeping track of some of her prophecies to see if they came true. So I think you and I talked about this maybe 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. No, I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, you and I had the conversation. So I think it was 2022 before Keeper, or no, 2021 before Keeper and Save It died. Celeste, a master's voice, said Biden would die or something would happen. He would be removed as president. Kamala Harris would move up as president, run the country. And then when we had our elections this past November, that because Kamala's a woman, there would have to be a woman president to follow her. So then that means Michael Obama, Michelle Obama, would then be voted in to be president and go into office January 6th of 2025. That was her prediction. That was Celeste's prediction. She is absolutely a false prophet. And I need to let Tellys know that, because I think Tellys was looking at her, trying to get help from her versus me, which is fine. You know, whatever it's your life, your brains, your body, you do what you want. I'm just here to love you, cherish you, and support you in any way I can. But I need to let Tellys know that my final verdict is she is a false prophet, because Celeste from A Master's Voice, her predictions did not come true whatsoever. So I will not be listening to A Master's Voice anymore. It's been a while. Yes, Celeste, the Master's Voice, is in fact a false prophet. She never tests the spirits. She automatically thinks that it's just God giving it to her because she's just so holy. She doesn't test the spirits. She does not pray with fasting to test the spirits. I know this because I can see it. I have the gift of sight. Remember, Bridge, when I did Claudette and Claudette's sisters' baptisms? Remember how the guest of honor up and left her own baptism because of the crap Bridge was saying? And that's not a real name. She goes by Faith, Bridge, Grace. Anybody giving you an alias is a liar. And they have an agenda that does not include your best interest. Also, I am still going to talk to an attorney to sue Bridge and those two other old hags. I've had some crises popping up this year, and it's taken my attention, but I am suing Bridge and those two old ninnies. So, yeah, I hate being on my backup channel because I don't get to see all my other friends from my main channel. And I only had my main channel. I only ran a couple videos on my main channel, and I got shut down for medical misinformation. I didn't give medical misinformation. Do you know what I said? I said, get the block cheese and grate up the block cheese when you make homemade Alfredo sauce. Don't get the pre-shredded cheese, because the pre-shredded cheese is wood chips. So get the block cheese, grate the block cheese out, and use the block cheese. Don't use shredded cheese because it's wood chips. All right, so getting back to Celeste, I was called, if I was good enough to call her a true prophet, I'm good enough to call her out as a false prophet. And her predictions have not come true. She said Biden was going to die, Kamala Harris was going to take over, and Michael Obama was going to be the next woman president that would come into office. Everything Celeste said is a lie. It's false prophecy. Oh, getting back to Bridge. There was, I did a baptism, and this is where I went wrong. I don't need Bridge or anybody else to help me do a baptism. I've got my golden bow, and people come to me to ask me to baptize them, not for Bridge to yammer on with her fake Jesus. So now I'm drawing another blank. And this is Bridge. She puts on one certain persona, but in reality, she's a backstabber, liar, and she's wrapped up in the fake Jesus. And, oh, that's what it was, is when somebody asked me to do a baptism, I pray with fasting for the 24 hours preceding the baptism. I bring myself before Abba, get washed and cleaned. I pray for the person that I'm baptizing, and then I ask Abba to give me a message for that person, specifically for them. And mainly I pray with fasting to Abba because I thank him for the opportunity to do the baptism by water and fire. It's huge. I mean, I live for this stuff. Winning souls, getting rid of demons, baptisms, water and fire, baracking home, barakas, blessing houses, freedom deliverances, baptisms, any binding and casting away demons, anything where you would need the gift of prophecy, spirit eyes, or dreams and visions. Yeah, that's me. And just yesterday, I had a vision come true. One of my girlfriends called me up. She's having problems. She's in the hospital right now. But one of her family members disappeared on her, and she called me wondering what was up. And I said, honestly, I think I think that he was beaten up and arrested. Sure enough, when her son did pop up, he was arrested for failure to appear. And this failure to appear goes back to a car accident that he was involved in. And my friend was worried that this car accident that he was in, she was worried that he was thrown out of the car and injured himself. And I saw a vision where he was beaten up and he was arrested. And so the vision came true, but I told her the vision. But yeah, my dreams and visions still are coming true. Even the dreams that Abba gave me back in the year 2013, they're still coming true to this day. But yeah, Bridge had showed up and to this baptism, and I said, did you pray with fasting? And she blew me off. And I could tell right off the bat that she never went before Abba to say, thank you for this baptism. Abba, how do you want me to conduct myself in the baptism? She never brought herself before Heavenly Abba for the baptism at all. So when she did show up at the baptism, I was like, you didn't pray with fasting. Oh, well, da-da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, that Bridge, I'm suing her and her friends. That famous ministry that makes $92,000, that one lady making $92,000 a year, it'll be Bridge, and those two other old hag ninnies. Bridge is very two-faced, and she's a complete liar. If she can step on you and crush you to make herself look better, she's going to do it. I made the mistake of asking Abba. I should have asked him sooner. And secondly, I should not have ignored the red flags when it came to Bridge, Faith, Grace, whatever name she's going by. I should have never ignored the red flags, because by the time I did ask Abba, show me who Bridge is, that's when she stole my copyrights. She was trying to run around and tell people that she was counseling me and deprogramming me. She has had nothing to do with my recovery whatsoever. I allowed her to be a guest on Spirit Force. They don't want her as a hostess. They never did. She was only ever a guest. But she twisted things and she completely lied to me. She tried to make it like she's the counselor and I'm the patient. Listen, guys, don't mess around with Bridge and her friends. And that ministry, that I'm not going to give names right now, but that ministry where these two old hag ninnies, instead of giving you the real name, they give you an alias. They're only out to get your secrets so they can use it against you. That ministry, they gave courses, $1,700 a head to steal my copyrights to even run the course to begin with. That's who I'm suing. They never led the people that took the course, they never led those people back to the Holy Bible. They never led them back to Abba. I know more than that ministry. More than that, I am anointed and ordained by Abba's hand directly. But that Bridge, she's bad, man. Stay away from her. She's not helpful whatsoever. She might be scholarly, but she doesn't have heart, and she doesn't have it. Anyway, so guys, be protected, be safe from these false prophets, false teachers, liars, fakes, and frauds. I don't ever expect to see Bridge being resurrected to everlasting life at this point, because at that baptism, do you know what Bridge said to the guest of honor who got up and left her own baptism? Bridge goes, oh, you don't take Abba literally. Like when he says it would be better for you to cut off your hand than steal, Abba doesn't really mean that. So like when it comes to the earth, even though the sentences might sound like it's a flat earth, it's not really flat. It's just an idea. You cannot take God literally at his word. And that's what Bridge said at a baptism. So right there, Bridge is a part of the great falling away. She goes against the truth. We are supposed to take Abba literally at his word, because he says exactly what he means. He doesn't speak figuratively. He speaks literally. And he says, yes, it would be better for you to chop off your hand than to lose your soul. He says in the Bible, I'm going to paraphrase basically, I forget where it is, but basically Abba says, first, remove yourself from the situation. Do not steal. But if you cannot remove yourself from the situation and you cannot refrain from stealing, then it would be better for you to cut off your hand, so that way you will still enter into the kingdom of heaven. Abba means it literally. When he says it would be better for you to tie a millstone around your neck and jump than it is to hurt one of these little ones, he means it. What those people in the dumbs in government did to me as a kid, I can see how much it damaged me as an adult. And just because I'm aware of this does not take the pain and trauma away. It just makes me more aware of the pain and trauma. And it would have been better for all of those people to tie a millstone around their neck than to hurt me. And Abba means it literally. He says exactly what he means. Nasa, never a straight answer. In Hebrew, Nasa means to lie, to deceive. And what are these so-called nowadays believers doing? They will sit there and argue about NASA with us. They will argue, they will dig their heels in the ground and stand on a lie, defending a lie to the point they terminate friendships. But they never do that for Heavenly Abba Yahuwah. They don't fight for his truth, but they fight, argue, and debate for a lie. Oh, well, Holly, I think it's a cross between a flat earth and NASA. No. It's not a cross between a flat earth and what NASA says. It's only biblical cosmetology. It's only biblical cosmetology. That's the truth. And people go against Abba. That's what the great falling away is. When people go away from the truth. Yeah, Bridge would say, oh, well, Holly, we're the smartest humans have ever been now. We're so much more technologically advanced now than ever before in mankind. That's a bunch of malarkey. Right now, human beings are at an all-time stupid low. They're unintelligent, not smart, not bright, can't think. Human beings are at their dumbest current day. We are not more technologically advanced than in the past. We can't build pyramids. We cannot build those stone temples and those cathedrals that last thousands and thousands of years. They want us to think that those stone buildings and cathedrals were put up in the 1800s. No. More like before Yahushua HaMashiach was even born to walk the face of the earth, those buildings were up. We've always had flying machines. We've always had vehicles. That horse and carriage, that horse and buggy, they made that up for the movies. We're not supposed to listen to what we see on TV, and the same goes for internet. All right. You want to see? All right. Now, it's a lot brighter. But I can't do it today. Get in touch with me tomorrow. I love you. Hot. Have a great day. You too, Greta. We definitely will talk. Call me whenever you can, Greta. Yeah, I've got a lot going on, so you may have to call me. Plus, if you call me, I can take a break. I'm helping somebody get out of dire. It's going to be taking a lot of my time to help them. Anyway. Jersey. Well, daylight has sprung. That's about it. All right, we're going to go for a little walk. So, false prophets everywhere. Other than that, yeah, you can't use actual facts on YouTube. I thought TikTok was bad. YouTube is right behind them. I'm probably going to start running live streams on Instagram, go back to Facebook, and run them on Rumble and BitChute, because there's a whole other audience on BitChute. There's a whole other audience on Rumble. So I'm going to go tackle them. New audiences. But yeah, that's Celeste from A Master's Voice. She's a false prophet. None of her prophecies came true. That fake Jesus is a son of a gun. Jesus, all in all, is an imposter to our Savior. So it's no wonder why Christians act the way they do. And to be a Christian, you have to renounce Yahushua HaMashiach and his ways. And Constantine's creed about Christianity is very specific. It's only Yahushua HaMashiach that you have to renounce. And once you renounce Yahushua, then you take up the Roman cross. Heavenly Abba is not a symbol. He's not a cross. He's not a Star David. And he says, don't have graven images. Signs and symbols, kneeling before a cross is idolatry. Did you know that? So when all these so-called believers, and I'm guilty of doing this, but I've since corrected myself. I repent to Yahushua and I repent to you guys. In Yahushua's name, Selah. When these so-called believers go, oh, take your problems and put them at the foot of the cross. It's idolatry. Yes, it is. Abba said, don't have graven images. He's not a sign or symbol. The cross has everything to do with the Roman Empire and nothing to do with our Savior, Creator, and Companion. Nothing. That cross is Roman. So to go and kneel before a cross is idolatry. So yes, it is true. Christians do go to hell. The reason why Christians go to hell is because to be a Christian in the first place, you have to renounce your Savior, Yahushua. Go read Constantine's Creed. I wish I knew this back in Maryland for that religious fanatical couple. Constantine Christianized everything and he gave us a cross. Yeah, and look at how many wars were fought and how many people were murdered because of that cross. That cross has nothing to do with our Savior. He wasn't crucified on a cross. He was crucified on a stake. He had to carry that stake. It wasn't a cross. You know how hard it is to wake up Christians? All right, so here's the odds. Here's the statistics. And no, I'm not exaggerating. 2,500 people. 2,500 people. I told 2,500 people that to be a Christian, you have to renounce Yahushua. Go do your research on Constantine. He was not a Yahushua follower. He hated Yahushua. The entity, the deity that Constantine called God was not Yahushua. He asked for a symbol that he could conquer and murder in, and his God gave him the cross. Out of 2,500 people that I told the truth to, one person, I'm not exaggerating, one person, because I got the phone call yesterday, one person called me up and said, Holly, thank you. Thank you, Holly. The rest of the 2,500 or 2,499 people, they didn't even bat an eyelash. They kept right on going, oh yeah, Holly, I know. But see, I make Christianity good, and Christianity means to me what I want it to mean. We don't get to do that. We don't get to redefine Christianity. It's already been defined. One person out of 2,500 people took the truth, ingested it, said thank you, and has now renounced Christianity. And they have taken up a relationship, not a religion, wrong R. So the Christians, they believe in a rapture, not a resurrection. Again, another false teaching. Out of 2,500 people that I told what a Christian really is, out of 2,500 people, only one person accepted the truth, adjusted themselves, repented to Yahuwah, and only one person is walking in his ways out of 2,500. One. No, I'm not exaggerating at all. One person out of 2,500 people accepted the truth, repented, and is now walking in Yahuwah's ways. That's pretty sad. That's awful. One person. I would have thought it would have been like 2,499 people repented and accepted Yahusha, thus renouncing Christianity. But no, only one person. The gates to hell are wide, and this is a prime example why. Because people don't want the truth. They want to make it up as they go. They want convenience. They don't live for him. Oh, Holly, I've read the Bible 30 times. Good for you. So is everybody else. You're supposed to be living it. Oh, I live it. No, you don't. You never keep Saturday holy. You don't keep the 10 Commandments. Your salvation comes through the church or through his grace. My salvation comes from him and what he did. I am not saved by his grace. I'm saved by him. When I live in his ways and obey all 10 Commandments and celebrate the feasts and festivals that are in Leviticus and Numbers 29, when I do those things, then I'm living in his grace. But his grace does not save me or anybody else. Hey, Patsy, how are you, sweet cheeks? I'm just goofing off a little bit. I think I walked a quarter mile. I wanted to see the sun come up. This is a great place to watch the skies because you have a 360-degree view. But before my day gets started, I'm going to try to do the elderly lady's paperwork today because I want Friday and Saturday without dealing with her. I want that time off and it's 32 degrees. It's cold enough, right? There's like black ice in the parking lot. It's freezing. So, but I can feel it in my body from constantly going. The fibromyalgia is flaring up. Like I feel very raw all over my body. You can feel it. Yeah. Oh, it's bitter. And it's almost got that, it almost feels like snow. It's almost got that feel to it or that taste, you know? So I went to Citgo this morning. I should not have done that, but I did. Yes. So today I'm going to rummage through her paperwork. I know exactly what's going to happen today, too. I'm going to wind up getting a pint. I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm just going to go in and take the bull by the horns and say, nope, give me the stacks of paper. I'm doing it by myself. I don't need your help. You're going to slow me down. And I'm not going through one piece of paper at a time deciding if you want to keep it or not. No, that's not how I'm going to work. She started that last night. Oh, well, I'll get to the paperwork next week. No, that's what got you in trouble to begin with. No, you've been saying that for 3 years. No. Either you let me do this or you may as well call them up and say, yeah, take me to a home. So now I'm going to put my foot down with her and be extremely stern. And I'm going to tell her, this is your one and only shot. After this, you're screwing everybody, including yourself. I will. I've been getting my shakes and one meal in a day. I've been getting like my shakes with the 4 eggs, banana, high calorie shakes, plus one meal per day. I gotta go food shop. I don't need money for food shopping, but I gotta buy like snacks and stuff. But yeah, I'll eat regularly. I will. All right. So I guess we're gonna go home now. I'm gonna go home, take a shower, maybe run a video on internet radio. Oh my gosh. You know what today is? Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I might push the paperwork off. I might not do it today. You know what today is? 10 years with Yahusha. 10 years being awake from the MK Ultra and Super Soldier projects and how they used me and what they did. And 10 years serving Yahuwah. 10 years. I made it 10 years. I've never made it 10 years with any guy. I made it 10 years with Yahusha. And no, I know that dude that collapsed my lungs said we were together for 21 years. He said that. No. What I would say, no, I don't think we were, but that's what he wants. He's running around telling everybody, nope, I made it 10 years with Yahusha, and he is the only man I made 10 years with. And do you know why? Because he's a perfect man. A perfect man. He's the only one. Once I met that perfect man, I fell head over heels in love with him. And I know that if anybody sincerely went to Yahusha directly, repented, and asked him to live life with him and to live life for him, they'd fall head over heels in love with Yahusha. 10 years. 10 years. I've never stuck with anything for 10 years except for Keeper and Seva. Seriously. I have 6 years as an ordained minister, 6.5 years. Yeah. Was chicken bellied. Yeah. You know what my Marine friends say? You've met in my chat room, my one Marine friend. He's like, that guy is such a pussy. He's scared of you. He got a restraining order on you, Holly. How can that dude walk around going, I'm scared of Holly Baglio. I had to get a restraining order. I'm so scared of her. And he's supposed to be this big, hard thug out in Jersey City and Newark. Bullcrap. He beats up on girls and then says, I'm scared, I need a restraining order. And he's got a daughter. Keep my daughter's name out of your mouth. I'm not saying anything, but you got a daughter. And the same way you treat women is how your daughter's going to be treated. Do you know why? Because your daughter is going to go for a guy that's just like you. He got mad. He beat me up for that. But it was the truth. Poor kid's going to wind up with a guy just like her father. And she doesn't know any better. He dropped his kid on his mother, but the streets ended up raising her. And I would know because I was there. I was there the first night she was brought home from the hospital, and he was out running with some other girl trying to get a piece of tail versus being home with his newborn baby. He'd only ever walk her to school, but that was because he was awake all night from smoking crack. So he was awake to walk her to school. He was never there to bring her home from school, do homework, cook, or any of that. I don't want any part of that. I don't want to be a stepmother to that. I don't want my name next to that. No way. Trying to look at my fanny. No, I'm kidding. Thanks, hon. So 10 years with Yahusha. 10 years with Yahusha. My gosh. Patsy, I have never stuck with anything for so long as I have stuck with Yahusha, my golden bow. Not martial art, nothing. So, yeah, it's pretty. You know, I have to say, on my 1-year anniversary, I was in York, South Carolina. And I was thinking, wow, I wonder what it's going to be like in 5 years. I wonder what it's going to be like in 10 years. Am I still going to be on fire for him with a thirst that can't be quenched and a passion that just keeps getting hotter and hotter? And I made it. He is the best decision I've ever made. Yahusha. So yeah, today, you know what? I'm going to make myself look pretty. Go on Facebook and make a video about running through the neighborhood naked. I can look back and laugh at it now. Boy, oh boy, was I crying. Voice to skull. What's today, the 12th? Voice to skull. All right, I married Yahusha HaMashiach December 12th. I went running through the neighborhood December 20th. So during this time period, 10 years ago, for 72 hours, 3 days, there were 2 men's voices in my head. Does she know who she is yet? Trying to wake me up. My fault is that, number one, you never use names. But when I woke up, I went looking for the other kids I was trafficked with. I wanted to see that they were okay. I needed to see they were okay. But in seeking for the kids I was trafficked with, it is true. I did mix up one kid I was trafficked with the programmers and handlers. And, but anyway, so I have not found out who used voice to skull technology on me. I've narrowed down the field on who it could be. All I can say is it was black operations, making sure I was awake. So, and that happened between the 12th and the 20th of December 2014. Thanks. 10 years, man. 10 years. That's a long time, you know. All right. I usually don't get a soda, but I had a craving for some sugar. Yeah, well, Abba put you in my life to help me do amazing. He put you in my life, Safi, to help me do amazing. I probably would have been farther. Well, my whole recovery, when I met you in 2020, 2019, 2020. I think we started talking in 2020. By 2021, I was hooked on you. I did all of this deprogramming by myself. The people in Maryland, they set me back years in therapy and deprogramming because of what they did. That religious fanatical couple in Germantown, Maryland, they probably moved to West Virginia by now, but they set me back years on deprogramming because they had Jesus and they know more than God himself and they just know everything. And meanwhile, they didn't help me recover. They helped the bad guy. Douglas Riggs was protecting the queen. I know for a fact because when I When I asked Douglas, hey, Riggs, why did I run through the neighborhood naked? He couldn't give me an answer. Yet here he is, a counselor to MK Ultras and Bloodliners. But he couldn't tell me, oh, you did that because you were reenacting hunting parties that you were put through. He knew. When he heard my testimony, he knew exactly what he was looking at. That's why he was trying to reprogram me to lies. I remember there was a lady in 2019 staying at his house. And when he was doing his sessions with me, he would have to get up and leave because this lady would start going into crying bouts. Why would she do that? Because he was using memory retrieval techniques to pull forward an altar. Then he would tell her, this is really you. So what you thought was you, that's not your core personality. Oh, and what you think is a core personality, your definition is wrong and you don't know what your core personality is. But see, this personality that just came forward, this is really you and not the other you. Oh man, that Douglas Riggs, horrible. If he was still alive, I would think about suing him and the religious plastic fanatical couple in Germantown, Maryland for what they did. When I finally got back to New Jersey, at home, I'm in my own home, back in New Jersey, I would not unpack for a year. I kept, like, I'd wash my dishes, put them back in a box, wash my clothes, put them back in a box. Because of all the crap that Heidi did. And then she'd get her husband, oh, well, Holly doesn't want to do it, so you go talk to her and pressure her. Now, my grandmother used to have a Shih Tzu named Heidi. Okay, so I'm just using that name, my grandmother's dog's name, so I don't have to keep saying the religious plastic fanatical couple in Germantown, Maryland. I can just say Heidi. You know, the female dog. Hang on a second. I missed my hat. I took off my hat. I have not been wearing it even around the house. Bedhead. Bedhead. Why you were sent to them. I've been set up in similar situations. Yeah, Patsy. Yeah, I was probably sent there to expose them, expose their fake Jesus, expose their agenda. Oh, that lady Heidi had stars in her eyes. Oh my God. When I first met that lady, the very first day I met her, I knew there was something wrong with her. Right off the bat, I knew I was in trouble. Because her and her husband came to New Jersey to take me out of it. Oh, you're not safe in Jersey. You gotta leave. No, I'm safe in Jersey. I know everybody in Jersey. Everybody knows me. I was born and raised here. I can navigate around here. I am way more safe in New Jersey, my own territory, than anywhere else. I was not safe with those people one bit. But I remember Heidi got in my car to sit down. And we were talking, and I reached in the back seat. I'm like, let me grab my dream book. I grab it, and I drop this in her lap. And I'm like, open it up. I'm looking for a certain picture, and I'll show you. Because we're in the middle of a conversation. Heidi, I put my book, this is my dream book. I put it in her lap. And I had all my drawings in here, so it was thick. Oh my God. I got Holly's dream book in my hands. My cell phone rang and it was Deborah, Meek Mom. So I'm on the phone with Deborah, who I nicknamed my Meek Mom. And there's Heidi. I've got Holly's dream book in my hands, Deborah. Oh my God, I'm sitting next to a super soldier in a super soldier's car, and I've got her dream book in my hot little hands. And she said it just like that. I've got Holly's dream book in my hot little hands. When she treated me like that, I was like, oh, it's over with. I'm screwed. I am screwed. She is not help. She is not a child to Yahuwah. She's a fan. She's a religious fanatic that's a fan. She had stars in her eyes for super soldiers. Man. Like, you would have thought that I was an A-list Hollywood celebrity with the way that she was acting. And that's when I knew I was in trouble. And that's when I knew she was not my friend. She was not a child of Yahuwah. When that woman was running around her house going, oh, Kim, we got royalty in our house. Holly's royalty. That lady is not a child of Yahuwah. That lady's not a child of God. There's only one royalty, and his name is Yahushua HaMashiach. If anybody's going to call another person royalty that it's not Yahushua, that person's not a believer. They're a liar. There's only one royalty. It's Yahushua HaMashiach. The Rothschilds are not royalty. And that lady's running around calling me royalty because I'm a created, engineered human being. That's sick. That is sick. What did I find? By humans to go there to have your feeling messed with. What did I find? Oh, I was reenacting Heidi when she got her hands on my dream book, the way she was acting. Oh my gosh. I remember the first time I ran a video. Oh, Holly's running a video in her house. She's running an HTV video. Did you see, Cam? Who cares, dude? Like, oh my God. Like, I would have never made a good celebrity at all, because I cannot stand when people act like that. I never wanted to be famous anyway. Even growing up, I never wanted fame. People treating you like that? No way. I would joke around. I'd say, nope, I don't want fame. I want infamy. Because if you're known for doing something bad, then everybody leaves you alone. They don't want to mess with you. What are you doing? Are you happy? Mr. Stinky Pants? I'm petting him. When the tiger cub wants to be pet, the tiger cub gets pet. He's such a big cat. Like, Sava was just a little shit. He's big. He's just so big. And fat and stinky. Every time you pet him, he farts. And he's definitely my little shadow, too. Even if I just go outside to use my medicine, he's got to come. He suffered separation anxiety for a little while, but I think he's starting to calm down. It used to be bad. When I went to take a shower, he'd claw at the bathroom door until I let him in. But I think I got him over that. Yeah. What are you eating? Okay. He is. He's a good kitty. He is a good kitty. Been up since, what, 5? It's only 7:30. So, and other than that, my house is like, look in my house. No, well, I've got a few dishes. But look, it's only a few dishes. It's not heaped up. Except I just got to wash my curtain windows. All the other curtains are clean. All the other windows are scrubbed down. I just got to clean these curtains, wipe the walls down with vinegar, and then my fall cleaning, I got to shampoo the one section of the carpet, but then my fall cleaning's done. So I got about a day's worth of work. But then my house will be immaculate, and the mold should be contained once I wipe down the walls with vinegar. I wish I had weapons, because if a drone flew over my house, I'd shoot it. I'd knock it down. So, he's so shiny when you first got him, right? He was so skinny. Yes, he was. He's fat now. His belly hangs on the ground. He's really fat now. The thing is I got the expensive cat food. I went out and bought 2 big bags of it. $100 total. He won't touch any of it. Won't touch it. So I still got some cheap cat food left. I'll let him finish that, but then afterwards, I don't know what to do. I guess he'll just, the problem with this cat is if he doesn't like what you give him, he'll go eat other things. And I don't want him eating other things, because then it's going to cause a bigger problem. If he gets something caught, then I got to take him to the vet. I don't even have money to take myself to the doctor. So I think pet care is so outrageously expensive. It's ridiculous. Pet insurance. It's crazy. Pay for pet insurance that you'll never use. And by the time your pet gets sick and needs any help, we don't cover that. Oh, well, I guess I'll let you guys go, because I'm going to go outside to use my medicine. And it sucks, man. I wish my windows worked, but they don't. They don't. I don't want to just see my bed head. What are you doing? They rumble. Big fat cat. You're just such a big kitty who bites. He needs to stop using his claws, is what he needs to do. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me for an hour. I appreciate it. Oh, I made it through the black all right. I don't have anything to do with this ministry, though. Abba led me to Rest His Dar in the SIIU team. He didn't lead me anywhere else. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Trying to mix a little of expensive. That's what I've been trying to do, Patsy. And you know what he does is he picks it out. When I mix the two, he picks out the cheap stuff and eats that and leaves the expensive stuff to it a little bit at a time. Okay. I'll try doing that again. Mixing the two. Today is 10 years, my 10-year anniversary. At I think it's about, technically, 8 o'clock tonight will be 12 years that I wish I had my wedding band. This is a replacement, but I wish I could replace my wedding band. My wedding band for Yahuwah, it was a promise ring. And I want to have a nice ring again, but it's just superficial. What's important is that I have Yahuwah himself, not a ring. Where do I have everything? Oh, you stink. He farts. Typical man. Pet him and he farts. All right. Okay, well, I guess on this note, I'll let you guys go so I can use my medicine. Take my cannabis. My medicinal cannabis. Make sure I don't fall down my stairs. Because you see how the stairs are? It would be very easy to misstep right here. I fell down these stairs one morning. Oh, it was a vicious slip. I misstepped. I slipped all the way down the stairs. And if it hadn't been for my sleeve getting caught up at the top of the railing, I would have slid all the way down and probably had to go to the hospital that morning. Cats are hardheads. Yeah, he's a hardhead, all right. Well, I'm still going to fall. Okay, I'm going to take my medicine, but I'll see you in a little bit. I'll probably go on internet radio and talk about UFOs and just crap like that. I'll probably redo the video on internet radio that got me a strike on my main channel on YouTube. I don't take no for an answer. I'm going to get my message out one way or another. Yeah, I turned 50 years old September. I had my 10-year anniversary from waking up from the Super Soldier Projects and waking up to a calling on my head. It's been 10 years. This is also my 2-year anniversary for being fully reintegrated from 169 altars that Magley built into me. Oh, and it's 13 years being free from the dumbs. 10 years with my Golden Bow Yahusha. 13 years free from the dumbs. 2 years fully reintegrated. December is a big month for me. December is a big month for Yahusha and I. So I don't need Christmas or Hanukkah or New Year's. I got so many anniversaries with Yahuwah this month. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. From now on, I'm celebrating from December 5th until December 28th of every December, the 5th to the 28th. But I want to come and tell you guys my story on Facebook. Maybe make you laugh. Because looking back on the things I did, it's funny. But going through them, it wasn't so funny. Like that whole neighborhood issue. And it wasn't just running through the neighborhood naked that I did. There was some other things going on. I will. Patsy, I sent in pictures, actually. Oh, I got pictures of everything. I put everything together. Like if somebody came to me and said, Holly, what's going on? It might be 15 emails, but those 15 emails, I have pictures, descriptions, and everything put together. It's just a lot of information, but I got it. I spent a full week, 2-3 weeks ago, getting everything together for my attorney. So now I've got it. So, all right. Patsy, I love you. I love your littles. Thank you for that group too. Thank you so much. Like, I got to tell you, Safi, thank you so much. Because that one morning in particular, I woke up and I was like, Excuse how I'm going to word it. I'm just trying to explain myself. That's all. But when I woke up that one morning, I was like, I'm by myself. I don't have grandma to fall back on. I don't have my parents. Not that I ever did have them. But I don't have anybody. If something happens to me, the only place I have to go is my car. And even then it's broken down. Well, not broken down. I have one more repair, but even then it's an older car. And I wouldn't be able to live in my car because my window leaks. I'd be rained on, snowed on, everything else. The window in my car, the door is bent. I cannot go through a car wash because window comes in the water comes in the window. But all right, I'm gonna let you go. Use the powder room, use my medicine, and then maybe I'll come back and do a live stream. I want to do one on Facebook because I want to give my testimony talking about my anniversary. 10 years. My gosh, a decade. A decade. I can't believe 10 years, Safi. 10 years. Wow. I would have never thought that for my life, that this would be it. I would have never, I never saw this coming. I never saw this coming. I only saw darkness and death in my future. He changed it all around. He takes my chaos away and he replaces it with his grace and love. All right, guys, I love you, Patsy. I love your littles. And it was so great to see everybody else too. You couple of friends of mine. I hope Hachi's doing well. I'm praying for his health still. I saw Greta, and I don't know who else is here. I'll give a shout out to Victory and Lance. And who else? I'll see you guys. I see you guys when I go live on Facebook. Then I'll give you shout outs and tell you how much I love you. Thank you, Patsy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being that family. Thank you, because that morning when I woke up, you were there. And I'm like, wait, now I can fall back on Safi. I'm not alone, and I don't feel alone. And I feel like I have someone to turn to. And I feel like I have someone there that's waiting to give me a hug. So I'm not alone. Patsy, you rock. And also Barakas to the 90s Angels. And blessings and love to Shelly and Allie, as well as the 90s Angels. All right. I love you. I love you, Safi. I love you guys. And I'll see you in a little bit. I better get going. I definitely got to check the powder in the powder room before it explodes.